Would you sell your soul? Slap your mother? Slap my mother? You better not. I'd come over there and bite your dick off. But what about going to jail for 3 years? Does that sound reasonable for TikTok views in exchange for that prison sentence? How bad do you want it? What's your limit? Would you throw away 3 years of your life just for a few TikTok likes? If your answer to that question is no, you're a pussy, you're a coward, and you will never make it as a viral TikTok superstar sensation like this guy and his friends. I'm kind of underselling the story. Not only did the main guy in this video get 3 years, but his 2 friends that helped him make it got 2 years in prison. So check this out. What an epic prank, am I right? That shit was too lit. I almost spit out my apple juice. They got him good. Those fucking idiots never even saw it coming. The stupid conductor of this train, multi-track drifting around, thinking he's gonna get his passengers to their destination on time. Nuh-uh. Not on this cool guy's watch. He busts out the desk, he pops in a cigarette to smoke. I mean, he's probably the coolest fucking guy I've ever seen in my life. He's got the desk out so that way he can have optimal angles to look at the Tinder profile pics of girls that don't meet his standards. He's definitely a kissless virgin by choice because no girl is worthy of his perfect lips because he's just the ultimate Adonis. So he's decided, let's smoke it up a little bit. The train, it doesn't matter. So he stops it, he says, hey, public transportation can suck on my fucking asshole. And that's exactly what they do. And now he'll be sucking on some buttholes in prison. This happened in Morocco. He was originally facing 5 to 10 years in jail, but that sentence was lightened to 3 years, and his 2 friends that helped him film this have 2 years in jail now. And I gotta say, it was worth it. This is the coolest video I've ever seen in my life. I'm sure all the other inmates are going to be blown away by this dude's TikTok clout. They won't be able to get enough of his stories about this video going viral. Oh man, they're going to love that. Now obviously the main douchebag here is extremely pathetic, but I think the saddest people in this video are the one filming and the one that give him the coffee cup. These 2 goofy goobers got 2 years in jail and got none of the internet points for it. They didn't even have their names associated with this. They were faceless nobodies who got roped into this guy's awful, dumb fucking TikTok video and are now going to jail for 2 years for it, with none of the minor celebrity status attached to it. They got nothing. They're going to jail because they couldn't tell their friend that the idea was fucking stupid. These 2 guys are absolutely your classic yes men, too afraid to say no to anything and then let you make the worst fucking decisions. You don't want friends like this that always say yes. But these guys go the extra mile and not only say yes, but encourage the awful decision and actively participate in it. Just out of pure desperation for just the tiniest bit of internet clout. They just want to latch on to the nipples of the pseudo-internet celebrity and get breastfed a little bit. Just suckle on the titties and just a little bit of internet clout, which they didn't get. But they did get a nice prison sentence for it. Now, not to sound like your grandpa complaining about loud music, but TikTok is truly poisoning the minds of some young people. Like, this shit is crazy. Everyone thinks they're the protagonist of their own anime. Everyone has this main character energy about them where they are the center of the universe. And this is just the perfect example of it. I couldn't be happier that this douchebag and his friends are actually going to prison for this. They're just attention-seeking public nuisances, an actual hemorrhoid to society. Not to go full Joker on you. But yeah, TikTok is absolutely poisoning some people on there. It's taking us backwards down the evolutionary ladder. 100 years from now, I probably have to rediscover fire and relearn basic language, because all humans will know is stupid fucking TikTok dances and shit like that. But maybe it's bigger than that. Maybe TikTok is like this intergalactic plague. It's the reason we haven't been visited by aliens. It truly is like the great filter. So when a civilization becomes technologically advanced enough to reach like tier 1 or tier 2, all roads lead to TikTok, so then they create TikTok, which bumps their civilization back down to the fucking Stone Ages, so they can never visit us or expand past their planet, you know what I mean? It's like the Flood from Halo, this parasite that feeds off us and keeps us stupid. To be honest, this just kind of looks like an elaborate suicide attempt that didn't work. Like the thought process here, I'm gonna sit in front of a train and hope that it stops in time. Like, the amount of faith you have to have in a complete stranger there is mind-boggling, hoping that the conductor's paying enough attention to stop in time before he just fucking flattens you and sends you to the afterlife, fucking banishing you to the shadow realm. Like, it's crazy. And since everything becomes a trend on TikTok, and this was a very popular video, I'm shocked it didn't become a trend. I thought for sure this would be like the hashtag stop a train trend, where you like go on the tracks and you throw your ass in a circle, clapping your cheeks to some pop song and hope that the train stops, and then people just getting blasted by trains going all over the news. I'm actually surprised that didn't happen. Now, granted, this train isn't exactly like Thomas the Tank Engine gone wild. It seems to be moving at a slower pace than most trains I see, but it is still an extremely dangerous stunt and an extremely annoying one. Everyone on that train is now late to their shit just so you could have your 10-second TikTok video. So yeah, I definitely think the punishment fits the crime here. 3 years sounds reasonable. 2 years for his friends. I'm glad all the douchebags got thrown into the slammer. Huge round of applause to that decision made over there. Shitty shows. I'm about to introduce you to something that'll open your third eye. You'll achieve enlightenment and I'll reveal the truth behind the word shit. Big Bang Theory? That looks like a masterpiece in comparison to what I'm about to show you here. This is a hospital show that is entirely composed of TikTok stars acting alongside some people that they found on Fiverr. It's called Attaway General. I'm always blown away by how talentless TikTok stars are, and this sets a whole new level that I didn't even think was achievable. This is like quantum talentlessness. It's fucking crazy to me how bad this show is. I've only watched one episode because I don't want to spoil myself. I'm not just gonna binge on it and then run out of Attaway General. I'll be like fucking scratching at my neck like a meth addict waiting for my next fix of the Attaway General show. So I've only seen one episode, and I'd like to go over it with all of you here because it really is something special.
Today's premiere of Attaway General is brought to you by Just Dance 2020. The game is honestly so much fun, and I can't wait to play with my entire family.
Nothing says quality quite like the opening seconds being dedicated to an ad. I've never played Just Dance. Maybe it is a game that I'd enjoy too and want to play with my entire family. Just fucking boogie down, cut the rug, and get wild on some Just Dance to some good old boner jams, you know? Hopefully they have Skynet on Just Dance. I'm not quite sure the catalog, but yeah, maybe it's a great game. But I didn't tune into a complex narrative, story-driven, high-octane character piece show like Attaway General to dance. I'm here to feel, I'm here to cry, I'm here to smile, I'm here to get emotionally invested in these characters.
Yes. Babysitting. Great.
That's right, Georgia. Make them feel seen, heard, comforted, whatever they need. Got a problem with that? Get an MD. Any questions? Jack.
Yeah, what time do we get off?
I'm gonna pretend like I didn't hear that.
This is our main cast right here. As you've likely guessed, they are all TikTok stars, and it centers around these 4 volunteers as they go about their days in the ER. 2 of them don't want to be there at all, and the other 2 are excited to be there. So you got really unique character traits clashing right now between the people that want to be there and the people that don't want to be there. It's already off to a fiery start. Also, I do hope you enjoy that royalty-free song in the background because that's the only music you're ever going to hear in this entire episode. Apparently they only bought the rights to that one royalty-free song because that motherfucker is looping constantly in this episode. Every single second of this entire episode has that song playing in the background. It's like listening to the same Facebook cooking video on repeat.
Jack and Rosie, you guys can help me upstairs with lunches. Kit and Georgia, there's a new shipment of donated toys in the shed.
Well, I can see why they call this room the shed.
Come on, the faster we finish, the faster we can go do something real.
We've been here 5 seconds.
Studies show we form lasting impressions about others within seconds of meeting. So I can't be with you in a closet when I meet Dr. Henry. Seriously? You're his daughter? You're so lucky you don't even know it.
You're giving me the impression I don't want to be in the same room as you.
This entire show feels like a skit from the Amanda Bynes show, The Amanda Show. So, they're given some chores. Kit and Georgia are sent to the shed to get some shit. In the shed, it's revealed that Georgia is the daughter of renowned Dr. Henry. Of course, as we all know, Dr. Henry's done some fine work. In fact, they credit Dr. Henry with discovering the human erection, so Dr. Henry is a big deal, and she is his daughter, and she doesn't really like Dr. Henry that much, but Kit loves Dr. Henry and can't wait to meet him. So there's a lot of plot going on right now, a lot of exposition happening in this shed here, and the writing is superb. The writing in Attaway General is second to none. It feels like it's written by Tommy Wiseau if he was overdosing on Xanax.
If you're so advanced, why don't you go scrub in? Leave me be.
Maybe I will.
I really don't understand what Georgia is so angry about. All Kit was saying is, hey, you're the daughter of Dr. Henry, that's pretty cool. And then Georgia gets real upset about it, tells her to get the fuck out of here and go scrub in, alright? Leave me here, I'm gonna read a magazine. As if anyone's read a magazine for the last 20 years.
So, why did you volunteer to work at a hospital?
I got arrested. Beats juvie.
What the fuck did you get arrested for, Jack? Stealing Robux? You don't exactly look like some hardened criminal.
What about you?
I just love to help people.
For real?
Helping people? Yeah, what a fucking loser, am I right, Jack? You see Jack's face? I mean, seriously? That's for real? I mean, did you hear? Jack got arrested. He stole 3 packs of Yu-Gi-Oh cards from a Walmart. This guy is a bad boy. He is bad to the bone. He doesn't understand what helping people is about. Are you kidding me? It's fucking foreign concept. It makes no sense. He can't even wrap his head around it. The writing in this show is, it's like it's written by someone not of this world.
Oh, jeez.
Jack might very well be the best actor I've ever seen. A lot of people are saying Attaway General is the worst show ever made. Is it the worst show ever made? No. Is it the best show ever made? Probably. And Jack carries it, as you can see here, you know. I don't know what happened here. I guess a pimple got popped onto the glass, and you saw Jack, oh geez. And then he busts out into some hearty laughter, some good old belly laughs. This show just makes no fucking sense. It can't do anything right, or even close to anything right. This isn't explained, by the way, what the fuck happened here. It's just, oh geez, somebody come shot at the glass again. Ha ha ha. Oh geez.
She took me back here forever ago and she hasn't come back yet.
Sorry, but it's really busy right now. There's been a huge accident.
I know, I was in it.
Oh, that must have been...
Yeah, I got pretty lucky. I'm just, I'm a little worried right now because I'm losing a lot of blood.
Okay, and what about it, pussy, huh? The doctors don't seem concerned about it. What are you? You a medical professional? Who are you to pull away a volunteer who very well could have been doing some great work fetching things in the shed? Now you've halted the entire development of the hospital. Now everything's come to a screeching halt because you're selfish, because you're bleeding out. Alright? Why can't you just be patient and wait your fucking turn? She's not even qualified, and yet she's gonna go out of her way and perform something illegal.
You should be fine to wait a little. If you hit an artery, you would have passed out by now.
That's comforting.
Use this instead. Lots of pressure. And soak it in cold water. The sweatshirt.
Oh, thanks. I'm holding.
Kit.
This was actually pretty confusing because this seems like it's about to spawn a romantic interest between the two here, but the kid looks like he's 13 and she looks like she's 18, so it seems like a huge age difference here. I don't know what the fuck goes on TikTok, but it just feels weird for the show to have these two be in like some kind of romantic situation.
Six-year-old female, 3rd-degree burns, possible smoke inhalation. We couldn't get a line in.
What did you do to get arrested?
In prison, you're never supposed to ask about the crime.
Yeah, not even the writers could come up with a crime that was believable for Jack, so they just didn't even bother. Went with a little cop-out, which makes total sense, but as you can see, the tension's starting to rise. You know, I bet you're on the edge of your seat right fucking now, huh? You know, you got Kit in the emergency room right now. She's taking care of a boy who nearly lost his entire goddamn arm, nearly fucking bitten off by a shark, it looks like. And then you got another girl coming in with these 3rd-degree burns. Even Dr. Henry shows up, not to spoil it, but that was Dr. Henry you saw briefly, the man, the myth, and the legend. So, I mean, it's getting wild. It's really ramping up. We're reaching the crazy climax of episode 1 of Attaway General.
Come on, dude. You're the last one. You have to eat. Hey, don't ignore me.
Hey, Jack, maybe try a gentler approach.
Hey, that's mine!
Eat your food.
What are you doing? You can't just force him. Here, let me try. Stevie, sweetie, you need to eat to get big and strong and feel better.
No!
That little kid is the best actor in the entire show. I can really feel how annoyed he was to even be around these TikTok stars. And I guarantee this wasn't like the first take they're using. They're just such shit actors that this was the best take they had. They probably did this one scene for like 6 hours. They probably have like hundreds of takes of this scene right here. And this was just the only almost usable one.
It's actually really good. Let me show you. Delicious. Get ready for the choo-choo train. Chugga, chugga, choo-choo. How about the airplane?
If only someone had warned that little kid that Jack has been arrested before. You don't throw yogurt at a convicted felon like Jack. You don't poke that sleeping bear. Jack will steal your fucking Robux.
What are you doing?
Oh.
Don't come any closer.
I don't think that's gonna hurt anyone.
Depends where I put it.
Well, can't really argue with that. I don't, it's just, why though? But like this scene doesn't make any sense. She's sleeping in the shed, and then she feels like she's being burglarized when someone comes in to get something from the shed. So she arms herself with a water bottle, and then threatens to stick it up his asshole or something. It's a good scene. Pretty good scene.
You're new TV, aren't you?
Nicely done, Sherlock. Now, what are you doing? Do you always sneak up on people when they're sleeping?
Actually, I had a reason to be in here. Some of us have work.
Am I supposed to congratulate you?
If you want to.
Yes. Of course. Well, you see, in the real world, that's called a sexual harassment charge waiting to happen right there. But I guess it's normal on TikTok, I suppose. Then again, on TikTok, almost every video has tongues sticking out, so I'm honestly surprised throughout the entire episode I didn't see any tongues hanging out. You know, I half expected the entire episode to be filmed with tongues out. Doing some of that shit or something, but we were spared the full TikTok experience, but still a very uncomfortable moment here. It's not very romantic, it just seems real rapey. You know, like, it's not really like a normal, natural way of showing these two characters might be interested in one another, just coming in like, if you want to.
EP's too low, I can't find a vein. I need more hands. You, come here.
It's our first day.
Get over here, come on. Grab on, right below the elbow and squeeze as tight as you can. Now don't worry about hurting her. Good, minute longer. And we're in. Keep up the rescue breaths. Good job.
Kit,
Kit, I'm Dr. Henry.
I know, you're amazing. I read your book. It was amazing, and that was...
Yeah, amazing.
Well, Dr. Henry, I'm gonna go against the grain here and say what you did was not amazing. In fact, I'd argue quite the opposite. What you did was the absolute bare minimum. This girl came in with third-degree burns, so they called in the big guns, the specialist, Dr. Henry. And all he does is march up to the girl and give her a shot and walk away. He doesn't even do anything with the third-degree burns or help treat her. He just comes up, there it is, there's the flu shot. Alright, my work here's done, thanks everyone. Like, what a fucking useless doctor. Like, how did he earn, like, the prestige? You know, Dr. Henry, I think, sucks. Didn't help with the third-degree burns, did nothing. You know, shit, this girl, she's broken her leg. We need Dr. Henry. Oh, okay, I'm here. Have we tried using essential oils? Okay, my work here's done now. Thanks, everyone. I'm going home.
Did I just say amazing twice?
3 times, I think.
Stevie, please, we'll do anything.
Ho, ho, ho! Give it up for Mrs. Claus! What happened to you guys?
We've had to deal with a demon. We can't leave until he eats, but we've tried everything. Everything.
The way she's delivering all of her lines makes it feel like she's doing an as-seen-on-TV product commercial. We've tried everything. But we haven't tried Just Dance 2020. Maybe if we get him dancing, it'll work up an appetite. Have you tried Just Dance 2020? Your whole family's gonna want to play it.
Pick your poison.
That one.
Excellent choice, and you can have her. But first...
You've got to be kidding me.
Thank you.
You earned it, kid.
The adrenaline was amazing. So first I stuck into the ER, and there was this boy. He was bleeding everywhere. So I saved his life. And then Dr. Henry called me over out of all the nurses in the ER to help save this girl with third-degree burns. It was crazy.
While you guys are patting yourselves on the back, your patients are still in critical condition.
Yeah, that sounds about right. The girl with third-degree burns, she wasn't treated. Though it's not their fault. Dr. Henry just didn't do anything. So that's on his conscience. But what about the kid? The kid they were feeding is in critical condition. I mean, he seemed fine. Did they poison him with the food or something? How did that happen? But hey, you know, she says it casually, so I guess it's not that big of a deal.
Don't ever forget why you're here. But despite a few hiccups, you guys survived. Next week, try to be a little more professional. These will help.
Wow, this is so cool.
And that concludes episode 1 of this absolute banger of a show, Attaway General. I do have to wonder how this lady even knows what they did that day, because she wasn't in the episode past the first scene, so there's no way she could possibly fucking know what went on. But I guess she's just omniscient. She's got eyes everywhere. She was checking all the security camera feeds or something, I don't know. But anyway, what a great episode, and honestly, I'm excited for more Attaway General. What an absolute train wreck of a little YouTube show or TV show, whatever the fuck this is. Challenge, the one we're talking about today, is Devious Licks. And I actually think this is worse than the Tide Pod Challenge, if you guys remember that, where kids were just eating Tide Pods and killing themselves or burning their stomachs. I actually think Devious Licks is worse than that, because at least Tide Pods, they're only hurting themselves. Devious Licks is just a massive inconvenience to everyone around them. So what is Devious Licks? It fucking sounds like a Harry Potter book, like Harry Potter and the Devious Licks. It sounds like a Death Grips album title. It's a really stupid name, but basically, it's a TikTok trend where kids in high school were going into their bathrooms and just stealing shit. So stealing soap dispensers, stealing entire sinks, stealing urinals, stealing the actual shitters themselves. There were actual kids just unscrewing the shitter, used, poopied, pee-peed in toilet, stealing that and taking it with them to their house. I can only imagine the immeasurable disappointment the parents must feel when they find that hidden treasure their kid brought home, because it's gonna smell like asshole. It's a fucking toilet. So they walk in there and they see that their kid's not only a thief, but the dumbest thief on earth. They stole a useless biological hazard. You can't even sell the toilet. Like, there's nothing you can do with it except just throw it away. Now, Devious Licks wasn't limited to just stealing. No. It was much more elaborate than that, because if you couldn't steal something from your bathroom, you just destroy everything. You go full caveman brain and just break everything and call it a Devious Lick. So that's basically the trend. And as it continued to grow, it transcended the quarantine zone of the high school bathroom. It went from the bathroom to just the school in general, so they started stealing things like sinks outside of the bathroom, they'd steal lockers, they'd steal cars. It basically was just vandalism at the school property, and this shit's been fucking wild. The only thing I've ever stolen from school is this little bad boy right here, and I had to go out of my way to find him, but I remember stealing this. It's a little snowman Pez dispenser. He's pretty playful, he's pretty cool. Not really a devious lick, but I felt bad about it ever since. I stole that from a teacher's desk, I remember, because I thought it was just kind of cool because there was Pez in it, and it was like, yeah, that's kind of nice. So I took it, and God, the guilt has been overwhelming ever since. I pray to God every night that he forgives me for the sin. Can only imagine what these heathens are going through. But anyway, this has become such a widespread thing that entire towns are going in lockdown at their schools, fucking sounding the emergency sirens like aliens have arrived. It's DEFCON red alert out here. Devious Licks is the boogeyman that's marched into town. So the way some of the schools are dealing with this is absolutely amazing. I read about a couple schools that just outright banned using the bathroom during school hours without an approved time for it. So they had to take a field trip to the bathroom, and if you have to go before that field trip time, you're just going to shit and piss in your britches. Like, those trousers are going to get soiled because they don't want to take the chance, because it got so bad at those schools that they just outright forbid using the bathroom outside of their designated field trip bathroom time. And then the more common one that I'm seeing is you are not allowed to use the bathroom without a school-approved chaperone to be there to make sure that you're not doing anything devious in there. These are high schoolers, mind you, and their brains have been rotted so drastically by TikTok that they're now not allowed to use the bathroom without a fucking bodyguard to monitor them, because they can't be trusted to behave themselves while tinkling. It's crazy. Now, I wanted to show you a few devious licks that I found on TikTok, but I didn't record them in time. TikTok has banned all devious licks and the accounts associated with most of them, so all of those are now just lost to the fucking cyberspace, the cyber shadow realm. So I'm just going to show you a short compilation from Know Your Meme that did like a few of the bigger ones that were viral on TikTok, so that way you can at least get an idea of what these looked like.
This licks refers to a trend where TikTokers steal school equipment and flaunt it like trophies for all of TikTok to see, with everything from soap dispensers to security cameras on the line. The trend began on September 6th when a TikToker posted a video pulling a hand sanitizer dispenser from a backpack alongside the text, "Only a month into school," and got this absolute devious lick, as if celebrating school's return with the steal. The video got high school and college kids around TikTok excited, and within days, users were going viral left and right, showing off their devious licks, aka stolen goods. Some examples include a full microscope, a computer, a functioning paper towel dispenser, and an entire fire alarm ripped right from the wall. Some have taken the trend outside school walls.
As the guy mentioned, it did go beyond schools. Kids started stealing shit from all over the place and just calling it a devious lick, like movie theaters, churches, and things like that. So it wasn't just limited to schools, but that was absolutely the bulk of it. And it's been in the headlines for the last couple of days because it has been a huge deal for a lot of schools. It causes a lot in damage, and it's a massive inconvenience to the entire class because you're missing fucking entire toilets, A, and B, your school now has to have designated pee-pee times. So you better hope that your bathroom schedule lines up with the school's now. So obviously these kids were pretty proud of the things they stole, so they weren't shy of showing their names and faces with a lot of the shit, which has of course led to a lot of kids getting expelled for it. Imagine getting expelled because you were competing in a TikTok challenge to steal your school's paper towels. Like, how pathetic. Now, the thing is, you don't make any money off this, so these kids were doing it just for this idea, this wet dream of clout. On TikTok, these accounts weren't making anything. You have to like sign up for a TikTok partner program, and even then I think it's like $1 per 10 million views, which these were not getting, by the way, except for a couple. So it's not like they were really making money from doing this. They got expelled for nothing and got laughed at online by everyone except the brainwashed douchebags that were cheering them on in the TikTok comments. So that like brief dopamine hit of, oh, look at these 10 likes on TikTok, was probably not worth getting expelled, but maybe I'm wrong. You know, maybe I just haven't felt that true euphoric dopamine from a devious lick. You know, maybe that's what I'm missing. But yeah, a lot of these students have been expelled. They've been identified and publicly shamed in a lot of cases. So yeah, pretty rough, but they did it to themselves. It's a stupid fucking trend. It's really dumb. Somehow the bar keeps getting lower and lower for TikTok. Like, the second you think they hit rock bottom with the worst content ever, they find a way to break through that plateau and find something even more stupid and fucking awful. But yeah, I imagine now that TikTok has banned devious licks, it's going to die right then and there, because obviously they were only doing this for attention online, and since they won't be able to get that fixed, they won't bother. Or maybe I'm wrong. Maybe they were stealing from the bathroom just for the love of the sport. They just fucking loved collecting used urinals, you know? Like, hey, Charlie, don't you ever fucking say that again. I don't care about the TikTok clout. I stole this urinal because I fucking love to drink out of it. It's a great goblet. This is my new chalice. You know, I guess it's possible. I mean, I'm sure there's people out there that love that shit. But yeah, I guess we'll see. Maybe a month from now, every bathroom near a high school will just be completely ransacked and dilapidated, and written in blood on the wall, it'll say devious licks. You know? Who knows? I imagine it's probably done now that it's banned. But final performance in the Hunger Games Mockingjay Part 1, where I played unnamed, uncredited District 8 helper, who overshadowed Jennifer Lawrence's performance and struck fear into the hearts of the Academy Award panel. I was snubbed that year. And I try not to bring this up too often, but it's no secret either. I pretty much have to sign autographs and sign titties every time I go out in public and just get mobbed by fans of the Hunger Games series, all thanking me for my contribution to making that franchise work. Without my character in the Hunger Games Mockingjay Part 1, Jennifer Lawrence's career would have absolutely ended up in the shitter. She used me as a platform to springboard and accelerate her success. She fucking Goomba stomped me like Super Mario. She just bounced off of my head to reach new heights. And I'm not mad about it. Look, I understand. I taught Jennifer Lawrence pretty much everything she learned. That's why you saw a significant increase in her acting ability post Mockingjay Part 1. She copied my techniques, but that's beside the point. The reason I'm bringing this up is because that's where most of you know me from, and I recognize that. But as of the last 2 weeks, I think, a lot of people are recognizing me for something entirely different. TikTok. I have inadvertently become a viral sensation on TikTok for an old Twitch clip. And I'd like to just kind of talk about this because it's pretty fucking wild. Most of you know I went to the dark side recently and made a TikTok account. It's called Huge Charles here. It's run by a buddy of mine named Aaron. He just takes clips from videos and puts them up there, just short little things. And it's fun, but I don't really interact with the platform until I learned that I was like one of the #1 sounds on it for about a week. And it's for this clip right here. Kill him, I'll give you money. How much? What's the bounty on me team killing this guy and looking at his reaction? $5? Too low. This is a special gamer right here.
Come on, guys, we gotta go.
What is it? 200k GP. We're talking in GP, I'm on it.
Stop fucking shooting me! What the fuck is wrong with you? Chill!
It was a misinput, calm down! You calm the fuck down!
Oh,
There was a misinput!
oh my fucking god.
God, this community is overreacting. This, of course, came from the best Twitch streamer of all time, Moist Critical. Please feel free to stop by. In fact, you should. It's mandatory. This was one of the first clips I ever had on Twitch. This was within the first month of me streaming. This was back in 2018. In this game, I was playing Siege. I think it was a casual match, and the guy that the person put the bounty on to kill was an asshole. He was being really rude and getting, like, super loud. So some guy in the chat said he'd give me money to kill him. Little did he know I would have done it just for the fun of the sport. So this guy fucking squeezed this guy for some shit here. And of course I followed through on the team kill. You can see that the guy wasn't too happy about it. But after I disciplined him like a stern father, gave him a talking to, he calmed down. He settled down a little bit. Now this soundbite has gone viral on TikTok under the sound name Misinput, which makes it sound like a AFI song like Miss Murder. They make it sound like someone's name, Misinput. It's pretty cute, something out of Clue it sounds like, and it's adorable, to be honest. I find it to be very adorable. There's over 3,300 videos using this sound clip, and I only just recently learned what that meant. On TikTok, there's like sounds where if you like trim something and use it, anyone else can use that sound as well, and then it becomes like a trend potentially, which is what they do with music, which is why music blows up so big there. And this was one of the chosen ones for about 2 weeks, or like the number one for a week or something. I don't know how to check the goddamn charts on TikTok if there is such a thing, but I got emails about it. I checked in on it, and it's gone up by like 200 videos every couple of hours, so it's been pretty wild. Let me show you what one of these videos looks like.
Chill!
There was a misinput, calm down! You calm the fuck down!
Oh,
there was a misinput!
Oh my fucking... Chill!
There was a misinput, calm down! You calm the fuck down!
Oh,
there was a misinput! You get the idea. It's always the same exact video where I was trying to send this message but accidentally sent a sexual one where I want to fuck someone's ass or something like that. Or in the more tame world, I was doing homework and accidentally put the wrong answer. Classic TikTok shit. Now, since this is my sound clip, I will be copyright striking every single TikTok user that dared have the gall to use my content. I'm gonna be the fucking boogeyman of TikTok. That's right. I'm going right into your mother's purse and I'm taking money out of her wallet for your audacity to use my shit. I'm gonna be like a gluttonous Winnie the Pooh and I'm just trying to get my piece of the honey. You feel me? I'm coming in raw and no rubber. TikTok has used me like a fleshlight. I wasn't even credited with the sound and now I'm coming in deep. Obviously, I'm just kidding. I actually find this super fucking cool. I never would have thought any, like, clip of mine would be some kind of TikTok trend. Not that I really understand TikTok all that well, but I just don't even know what it would fucking look like. Even to me, this makes no sense at all, but I'm still happy about it. I think it's really, I think it's something special. This is the only good TikTok trend, the misinput trend, the only one I'll ever sign off on. All the other ones suck some fat ass, but this is for the intellectual chads right here. This is the good shit. I just wanted to briefly talk about it because for the last couple years I've had nothing but negative things to say about TikTok, and I still have almost nothing but negative things to say about the majority of the popular TikTok content, but today I have nothing but positive things to say about the misinput TikTok trend. Absolutely fantastic stuff. And this is one of the rare serious videos. Why? I just want to know why. This video I'd like to directly aim at any active TikTok power users over the age of 18. I simply just want to know why. What is the purpose of it all? What's your ulterior motive? For those of you who don't know, and I know none of you don't know, every single one of you fucking knows what TikTok is. Kids being born these days know TikTok before their fucking alphabet. It's the biggest thing on the planet. It's apparently worth like $600 billion. It's insane. It's fucking insane how big it is. But is it really? Jackson and I have been speculating, fucking tinfoil hatting it, and just really trying to wrap our heads around, can this actually be legitimate? I understand the appeal to a younger demographic, that I get. to a certain extent. I would never have used it when I was a kid. I don't see why younger people find it cool, but I understand that it's geared towards that demographic. But then you have like the people my age and older. You have fucking geriatrics patients doing the whip and nay to the I want to be Tracer, I'm already Genji, I'd butt fuck Diva, oh Nerf Bastion. I just don't get it. I'm trying to understand. At 24, that's how old I am. 24 is not that old, but in 2018 it feels fucking ancient. I feel like a goddamn fossil. I already don't understand most of mainstream music. I don't get the appeal of listening to something that sounds like a highly distorted wet fart into a plastic trash can with some horrible lyricism thrown on it about like fucking flexing and staying lit. It's baffling. But TikTok is the biggest enigma of them all. I would sooner understand string theory and prove it before I understood the appeal of TikTok and the scale. I truly just don't understand it. I'm gonna go ahead and blast your assholes here with some fine TikTok trends real quick that I'm certain all of you have already seen because thousands of YouTubers shit on them ad nauseum daily. It's the lowest hanging fruit on the internet. I'm not brave by asking the question or insulting TikTok, but someone's gotta fucking pose this directly to the people. You older generation that are making TikTok content, your TikTok queefs. Why? You use the internet, you see the insults on YouTube, you don't make this shit ironically, it doesn't seem. Are you getting paid by TikTok to make this? I feel like you are. I feel like they're inflating their numbers by paying up-and-coming actors to overact this shit and try and get trends to catch on. That's just speculation, I can't prove that, don't take me to court, TikTok, it's not slander, it's not libel. That was inspiring, right? Makes you want to crank that soldier boy, hit the stanky leg, and have your father film it for that TikTok clout, don't it? I just don't understand it. The biggest thing that really confuses me and makes me skeptical of the entire platform is the numbers on them. Any TikTok page you click on is going to have millions of fans. Old Pop Wiggle Wiener down over there at his barn making fucking barnyard rodeo TikTok videos probably has like 10 million followers. And that's on the low end of the TikTok fame side. The sheer numbers on that platform are so unbelievable that I genuinely have a hard time believing them. It's incredible. Every video you click on, millions of likes. Hundreds and thousands of comments that are typically just one emoji, the fire emoji. If you read the reviews on TikTok, there's some people pointing out fake reviews, and there's some really suspicious reviews on there that are just like, this is lit, fire. This is cool. Fire, fire. This is amazing. Exclamation point, exclamation point, exclamation point. Mom left dad again, and I don't think she's coming back, but I have TikTok. Exclamation point, fire. It's weird. It's fishy. It's a little bit odd how a brand new service, pretty much, is as big as it is. Every government in the world could collectively come together and say, you know what, ladies and gentlemen, we're giving away $10,000 for free to every single one of you citizens out there that download this specific app, the We Heart Government app, and that app would have less downloads than TikTok. I just don't get it. So I want this. Yeah, I don't know what I want from this. I don't know. No TikTok user is going to publicly talk about why they use TikTok, I don't think. Thank you, Tetra. No TikTok user is going to come out and say why they use it or how much they're being paid by TikTok to use it. Because it's unethical. And that'd ruin the credibility of TikTok as a platform, so I understand why they won't. But I'm on to you, TikTok. I was the one that fucking discovered your shitty platform on YouTube. I was the one that started shitting on you. I am the patient zero of shitting on TikTok. Everyone else is simply just another victim of being exposed to the outbreak. But I was the one who dove in to your fungal infected cesspool of shit content and really weird predatory shit and shit on it first. That was me. And now I'm coming back to finish the rim job. I'm closing the book on it. So please, if you or a loved one or someone you know suffers from creating horrible TikTok content, please get help. Tell us why. Admit it. Please, just explain it to me. I have to understand. It's fucking 5 a.m. I don't even know why I bothered making this. Just fucking having cold sweats at 5 a.m. thinking about TikTok and its popularity and how I'm not cool because I don't use it, I guess. But I need to know. I have to understand. I just really can't fathom a universe where this generation is going to look back on TikTok 50 years from now fondly and be like, yeah, that was some good shit. That was TikTok before it took over the, global government. They used to be such a humble platform full of great things, and now they rule the earth. I just can't imagine people would ever think TikTok is as cool as it appears to be. Doesn't appear to be cool. That's not what I'm looking for. I just can't imagine that people actually unironically use TikTok for the most part, and that it's as big as it seems. I just don't fucking get it, man. It just makes no stories from my past. I'm not shy about it. I'm not afraid to spread my cheeks and let you all get deep in there into some really pathetic and shameful moments of my life. However, there's one moment, and it's really recent too, that has been so shameful I've debated making it public, because this is something I've talked about. I did something that I absolutely hate, but I did it for the sake of science. Not that that washes away the sin, and you'll see what I mean. It's TikTok. I've been shitting on TikTok for an extremely long time, before it was even born, back when it was still Musical.ly. I'm like the fucking T-1000 Terminator going back in time to kill John Connor before he was born. I did that with Musical.ly. I tried to fucking kill Musical.ly before it evolved into this even more deplorable platform called TikTok. And one thing I always make clear is that I think becoming famous on TikTok is the easiest shit in the world if you follow the main trends. And I still believe that, but when doing this experiment, my experiment was I was going to make a persona on TikTok and pursue the TikTok clout, climb my way to the top of the swamp, overthrow the greats like Charlie D'Amelio, so then I'd cement my place in next year's Super Bowl halftime performance, shaking my hairy ass right alongside Jennifer Lopez, all by just following and exactly copying what they do, what's popular on TikTok. But the problem was, it was too shameful and I fucking quit. I wasn't going to even share this story just because I didn't complete it and it's just so goddamn embarrassing. But another YouTuber did the exact same experiment I did, but did it much better. This is from Scott. He was more successful at it and he had a much better approach and committed harder than I did, so props to him for that. He chose much easier things to emulate. He chose, the shit that's relatable, where you choose names at random and then people that have those names like your shit and it goes viral that way. I chose to directly copy Charlie D'Amelio, who's a dancer on TikTok that posts anywhere from 10 to 25 videos per day. Anytime she would do a dance, I would copy it exactly to the best of my ability, and my ability sucked some fat fucking asshole. My dogs probably could have done more impressive dance moves than I was able to muster. The only experience I have with dancing is in my high school years, where I used to try and learn to breakdance and use it to impress girls, but it didn't work because I was so shitty at it. I just looked like a psychopath or some loose cannon that was missing his medication. So my dancing fucking sucked. It didn't take off for obvious reasons. But anyway, let me show you my TikTok. This is a tough pill to swallow, but yes, this is me, without any semblance of pride or shame. I came up with my alter ego Shade. I thought It's Shade here would be a hit with the younger demographic because the name is fucking raw, it's fucking dope. That shit just sounds lit for young people to say. Plus, I also created a little mystery. I covered my face for the most part. I had a little beanie on, and I had that, bandana across my face. I thought the mystery would be great. Like the masked magician, who's doing all these crazy tricks? Or Buckethead, the guitarist, who's shredding the guitar like a motherfucking angel? I thought that would be me on TikTok. And I think it could have been if I had chose something easier to emulate and, didn't feel any semblance of remorse from doing this awful, awful, awful garbage. Now, I did this in mid-December of 2019, and my New Year's resolution for 2020 was just to give the fuck up on this experiment because it's so embarrassing. So I haven't done it in a long time now, and I only did it for maybe a week-ish. But anyway, hope you got a box of tissues out. You're gonna need those bad boys. Let's check out my first TikTok here from Shade. Pretty good content, I would say. I did not freestyle that. That was directly ripped from how Charlie D'Amelio did it at the time. I even tried to emulate the same way they talk on TikTok, so I had a little caption, "There's so much more than meets the eye." You know, I mean, who doesn't like Transformers, right? You know what I fucking mean? That's some like pseudo-intellectual deep shit for like a 13-year-old that goes on Reddit sometimes. I thought maybe they'd read that and be like, wow, you're right, maybe there is a lot more under that mask. Who is that? Could that be the legendary Dave Grohl? So anyway, I also used the hashtag so misunderstood because it was popular at the time. It got 400 views, and doing absolutely nothing but copying. So really, the first dipping of my wiener tip here into the TikTok cesspool was pretty successful, I would say. It wasn't bad, it could have been better. I also did black and white for all of the videos to try and carve out my own little aesthetic for Shade, which I don't think did it any favors. I don't think people like anything at all that goes against the grain, so that was probably just a bit of a misstep on my part to make Shade a little more unique. Yeah, those are the moves that'll make you want to kiss your mother just to thank her for giving birth to you so you could exist in a time period where I'm able to bust some ass like that. Yeah, for sure. Also, I should go ahead and say this. I apologize to all 20 of the Shade fans. I've played you like a fiddle. You had no idea you were simply numbers in a scientific experiment from a mastermind. Haha. You fools. Shade was made up all along. It was me. Fuck. It's so goddamn embarrassing. Even just going through this TikTok here is sad. Like, the amount of times I've debated with myself to delete it, but then I'm like, no, Charlie, you should come back to this at some point. Shade needs to write again. And then, like the angel on my shoulder is like, no, Charlie, don't listen to the devil. You really don't want Shade to write again. Nobody does. I mean, fucking Shade is like one of the 4 horsemen of the apocalypse. If Shade's out here making TikToks, something has gone awry in the world. I still bear the scars from the Shade experiment. Like Scott in his video, each TikTok only took a matter of 30 seconds to a minute to make. It wasn't a whole lot of effort, and it wasn't a total failure given how many I made and how much I put into it. I can chalk up the lack of explosion and the reason why Shade wasn't number 1. I can chalk it up to 3 key components. Number 1, I chose something that I suck asshole at, dancing. I chose an area that I have not the smallest bumblebee's pubic hair's worth of skill in. So that was a huge turnoff for a lot of people, I imagine, who are used to like really fluid moves and shit, where I come in there like the fucking Tin Man trying to rock and rumble with the youngins, so that already was the wrong choice. Number 2, I didn't show my face. On TikTok, that's probably one of the biggest components. Everyone's face is there, and they're used to seeing that, but so by covering it up, I feel like that only shot myself in the foot. There was no one else on the platform that I could see that had their shit covered. And number 3, and probably the most important now that I think about it, in fact, absolutely the most important, the number 1 thing that I fucked up on, I didn't stick my tongue out. That is the most important thing on TikTok. If you go to anyone's TikTok, any popular person's page, they're sticking their tongue out like they're performing cunnilingus on a ghost. It is all over the place, and it is fucking disturbing because it's like 14-year-olds and 15-year-olds doing these weird lip bites and tongue out kind of shit. It's fucking gross, but you are not going anywhere on TikTok if you're not willing to stick that tongue out. And I wasn't able to do that because that would require me taking off part of the costume, which I wasn't going to part with. Those were the main things that I feel I failed at with Shade. So I noticed that emulating the dances wasn't working, so I tried coming up with my own dances to maybe start a trend in a certain way. Pretty exciting stuff. If Dancing with the Stars is in need of a new choreographer on set, I'm available for the right price. So, what you saw there, I'll go ahead and break the moves down. You saw some body waves. You saw a little arm action going on there into a jerk, which is footstep moves into the SpongeBob walking on the beach, which was all the rage when I was in middle school. So I really thought the SpongeBob might be my ticket to the big leagues in TikTok. It wasn't, though. But I'll tell you what was. When I realized that wasn't working, I did some other really low effort trends which also didn't work, but the number one thing that did work for me in my most viewed TikTok, magic tricks. I fucking called upon the spirit of Chris Angel and used some shit I learned from him on TikTok, and the fucking kids loved that. If any Hollywood celebrities are in need of a magician for a birthday party, I'm available for the right price. So that, while was more successful than the dancing, still wasn't quite what I was looking for. So I gave it one last ooh-rah with the most shameful video I ever made and decided to hang my hat up. And some real pitiful stuff, I know. That was Shade's last ooh-rah on TikTok, and let me tell you, I don't think he's coming out of retirement anytime soon. TikTok has confirmed, trying this experiment has confirmed everything I felt about TikTok. What a piece of shit. The amount of terrible content I looked through to just emulate these dances, because you click on a song and you see this fucking thousands and thousands, just awful, terrible, disturbing, gross, just shit, derivative shit. It's literally the same exact video and same dance moves repeated across thousands of accounts daily. And even Charlie D'Amelio, in her 25 videos per day, will post the exact same dance, at 8 in the morning, and then post it again at 3 p.m. in the afternoon. The same dance, the same moves, the same song. Like, I don't really get it. And, I just don't think I ever really will. But, hey, we gave it a fucking try with Shade, and I feel I could have done it if only Streaming is a fascinating beast. It is a demon. One of the biggest types of streams on TikTok, at least as I understand it, is begging streams, where people just go live and just beg for money. Like, please donate a galaxy right now. If you don't donate a galaxy right now, I'm gonna put my corgi in a headlock until it passes out to save my corgi's life with galaxies. Not quite to that level, I'm exaggerating, but it's just basically things of people saying, I need this money, please give me this money, I want this money, give me this money, and then of course the old-fashioned NPC streams that were the trend for a while, like, ooh, popcorn so yummy, roses, that kind of thing. It is still very popular, it is still very degenerate, and today Matt sent me a clip of a TikTok begging streamer who was spinning this tall tale of fibs about his living situation at home being so bad, and he's crying on stream, asking all of his followers to just give him some money so he can get out from his mom's clutches. And then his mom comes in, and it paints a very different picture about what's actually going on here.
Just trying to make money in general. To be able to go, Mackenzie, hate you. No, get out. Now.
I just got a phone call. I just got a phone call from somebody said you was in your room, you was on TikTok, and you said you had to get out by tomorrow.
Go. Out. Go. Go.
Said you was in your room crying.
Out. Go.
I have not told you.
I just told you to go. Mama, go.
I told you.
Go.
Jeepers! Uh-oh, zoinks! Barbecue chicken alert! Barbecue chicken alert! It looks like we got a huge fucking liar on our hands here. Who could have seen this coming? It seems as though this is all phony baloney horseradish here. It's looking like it's all fake. It's all make-believe here, like Santa Claus. It seems like these tears might be performative. It doesn't seem as though he's actually in a dire situation with a wretched bitch of a mother who's one day away from kicking his ass out onto the street in the rain and cold unless all the people on TikTok start giving him some doubloons. Seems like it all could have just been fake here to scam people on TikTok, if you can believe it. I know, a crazy notion, a wild accusation, but I think there's a lot of evidence to support the claim. I also gotta say, his acting here is lackluster. This is pitiful. It's very clear he is an amateur. He did not attend the prestigious academy of Charles White's School for Method Acting, because if he was trained under my techniques, such as what I displayed in the Hunger Games Mockingjay Part 1, he'd be having snot all over the place and there'd be poop in his pants. It would be the most convincing crying/begging you'd ever seen in your life. And this is just not that. This is very rookie crying tears. This is something you'd see in like a first-year thespian troupe in the fucking drama club. Terrible, terrible acting. My heart breaks for his mother here. She comes in after learning that her son is now crying on TikTok, begging for money, using her as the villain, and how, like, she's so evil, this and that, and now he's crying, inconsolable. Well, not inconsolable, you can console him with money. In fact, that's the only way to heal his broken heart. And she learns this information, and she comes into his room, not aggressively or anything, she comes in very confused, wondering why. She's talking about how he never said that, like, she wasn't threatening to kick him out or anything. Where is this coming from? She looks devastated to see her son doing this and saying these things about her. She doesn't raise her voice. She doesn't even seem like infuriated or mad. She just seems really saddened by it, like very upset that this is what her son is doing and what her son is saying about her. And it's clear he knows that his goose just got cooked, because he immediately, the tears dry up instantly. It's a miracle. He immediately snaps to it and starts to panic, telling her to get out. Being very callous, being very rude to her, telling her get out and even pushing her out, like shoving her out the door so he can continue to go back to his begging stream here. And you can see in the chat, people are immediately alerted that this is fake. But since it's TikTok, there are some people whose brains are so poisoned, they are so far gone that I don't even think they're sentient anymore. They're hardly lucid. So there are people that are donating money to him even while he is pushing his mother out, even after he has been fully caught with his pants down here in this lie, in this performative fake cry begging stream for money. There are still people showering him with money. That is pathetic. I think those people are more pathetic than he is, actually. That is crazy to me. How someone would see this and still give him money. Like, I don't understand. What must be wrong in your life? What must have disconnected? Like, how many neurons must you have wasted away with fucking whippets or something to somehow watch this live under your nose in front of your own peepers and still be like, oh my god, I need to give this guy some money. He deserves some money. Look at his mother. His mother came into his room without even knocking. She didn't even knock. Oh my god, it's even worse than I thought. Here, quick, take a galaxy. Take 20 roses and a fucking dumbbell and some bubblegum. It's just preposterous. Now, I tried to look more into this guy to see, well, what happened next. Apparently, this is a pretty old clip. I can't actually find the genesis of it. It's only just now, like, blowing up, but apparently this happened a while ago. And it was not, like, blown up or anything, so, like, that stream may have, you know, tanked, went straight into the shithole there for him, but it didn't matter because he was able to just keep doing it, apparently, because the people in his audience, maybe they missed the stream. And I guess within like a couple days, it had just fizzled out and the people that watch him didn't really give a shit anymore. I don't know if he went back to doing more begging streams. My guess would be that he probably did, because on TikTok, people, they don't even remember what they ate for breakfast. Like, within a day or two, he had already apparently been totally fine. Like, his audience, it's not like they were upset at him anymore. Like, he could just go back to doing begging streams, fake crying for money on TikTok lives. Something that I remember being pretty common on TikTok Live is people just looping the same streams over and over and over again, used forever. So even though it's not like technically live or anything, you just keep spamming that stream, hoping to collect some cash passively. He could do the same thing with the begging stream. He could even use that same stream all the way up until his mother opens that door. Like, he doesn't it didn't matter, is what I'm trying to say. On TikTok, he can just continue to do these begging streams till the fucking cows come home. And it is a very popular branch of content on TikTok. And maybe someone finds that stream that don't know that he's making it all up and it's all fake. So then they just get scammed out of this money here. These are always particularly disgusting because you are exploiting people's willingness to be kind and help. Like, these are people that are seeing him cry, hear about a situation that is clearly made up now in hindsight, like it's not real, but they don't know that in the moment, and they want to try and extend a hand to help him, to help someone that they believe is in need. So they're exploiting that generosity. It's just gross. It's just super gross. And I looked at his current account. I don't think it's the same account that he was doing the begging streams on. I think he probably did make a new one here. And basically the only thing he posts about now are his truck and his girlfriend. I don't know if he still does the begging streams, but looking at his recent content, it's like a lot of videos of his truck and how much he loves that truck, and also his girlfriend, and how if anyone, you know, touches his girlfriend, they'll have to deal with the demon inside of him, that kind of thing. So maybe he stopped doing begging streams, I couldn't tell you. But this shit is just so unbelievably cringe. Anyway, just wanted to yap about it a little bit. I feel really sorry for his mother. I really do. She looked very, very sad to see what he was saying, to learn about what was going on there. Anyway, though, silence for the YouTubers that now post on TikTok. Thank you. It's like a fucking ASPCA commercial. It's weird, everyone on YouTube collectively took fat shits on Musical.ly, but now with TikTok, wait a second, can call that home. Everyone's going to TikTok. No disrespect for any YouTubers, anyone that does post on TikTok. It's just not my cup of cum. I'm not a huge fan of it. I think it's one of the, probably the second most humorless place on the planet, second only to Reddit. And it's just a barren wasteland of fun. Going through your parents' divorce is more fun than going through TikTok, at least in my opinion. I think it's all bad on there. And to showcase that, I'm going to show you some of the most popular trends going on right now that I was able to find. So let's dive right in. Bravo, that was a fun TikTok for everyone to enjoy, especially the janitor, the worker that's going to have to go and clean that up because your affluent ass definitely isn't going to be bothered to do it. That really kind of sums up the comedy on TikTok. This will be hilarious, just pouring this liquid into the glass until it overflows and gets on the floor and makes someone else clean it up. Yeehaw, baby, rebellious 9-year-olds for the win, except I'm 24 years old and I have a kid and I'm really trying my best to be famous on the internet. Better do this challenge on TikTok. So you'll never guess the name of this one. It's called the Spill the Drink Challenge, and there's music that plays, but I can't play it because it's a copyrighted song, but it says, hose, and that's while they're pouring it the whole time, and it's drawn out. The shit is genius. A fucking masterpiece. A beautiful challenge, just doing it right there in the middle of McDonald's, making sure to get everyone in the crowd involved, you know, getting water or Sprite on everyone, which is exactly what you want when you're just going about your day, trying to get some cheap-ass food. Yep, that's what I want, to feel like my feet are getting pissed on. Great stuff. To be fair, this is the only one of this challenge I saw that was done in a public location. Everything else was staged with their family or their friends in their own house and using water or Coke for the most part. So this was just a real pioneer who decided to take it to the next level and do it in public and make everyone uncomfortable and be a public nuisance for the internet clout. I'm not going to play any more from this challenge because you get the idea. Every single one is just staring at the camera and overfilling a glass. It's fucking awful. Let's move on to a different one.
You're so bad. And baby, I want you so bad, yeah. You're so bad, yeah. And baby, I want you so bad. You're so bad. And baby, I want you so bad, yeah. You're so bad, yeah. And baby, I want you so bad.
I should have warned you to come in here with a change of panties, because we're all getting wet with this challenge. This is the You So Bad, I Want You So Bad challenge. And I'd be lying if I said I didn't put butterflies in my nutsack. Man, what a confidence booster. It's like, damn, all these dudes looking at me like this, saying they want me, that I'm so bad, and they want me bad. Like, god damn.
You're so bad. And baby, I want you so bad, yeah. You're so bad, yeah. And baby, I want you so bad.
Yeah, there's no doubt about it, those are children. Those are kids. I feel like even having watched this clip in the middle of a compilation puts me on a list. I also don't really know when Bass Pro Shop became like acceptable fashion. When I was growing up, the only time you'd ever see anyone in Bass Pro Shop gear as if they were kissing their sister and 40 years old with a beer belly. I can't imagine kids now are wearing Bass Pro Shop merch, but hats off to Bass Pro Shop for breaking into a younger demographic.
You so bad, and baby I want you so bad, yeah. You so bad, yeah. And baby I want you so bad.
There's no greater mystery in this world than the one that you see before you. How do you get more than one person to be in your shitty TikTok? How does no one along the way say, hey guys, this sucks. Why are we doing this? This is embarrassing. Why is there no sense of shame when it comes to TikToks? I'm always surprised when there's more than one person in a TikTok. I get why one delusional person might think it's a good idea, you know, fucking biting on their lip and lip syncing and shit. I get that. But when you bring in like 3 other people, how does not one of them say, this is dumb? This sucks shithole. But hats off to them. You got 3 dudes gathered around with their red Solo cup trying to give the illusion that they're drinking alcohol, but they're clearly under 21, clearly under 18, so they're most likely just in there with fruit punch or root beer. And then you have one dude dance around the back. I mean, even scripting that and telling your friends what you're going to do, how does no one just say, no thank you, this is embarrassing? But whatever, a group TikTok effort, very popular, hats off to them, they're having fun. I feel like such a fucking boomer shitting on new generation entertainment, but I just don't get it. I don't know who's scrolling through TikTok, stops on this one, gets a big old smile on their face and leaves it a heart. Like, there's no joke there. I hate when the joke is the song or like a goofy dance. I hate that. I fucking hate it. That is my least favorite form of comedy. Big on Instagram, big on TikTok, was big on Musical.ly, which is TikTok. Just not for me. We'll move on from this challenge, though, and go to another doozy. Another real banger of a challenge.
Oh no. Do you smell that?
This is a challenge that I guess is there for people that are on TikTok to look at girls, but I have to wonder who goes on TikTok to look at girls. What the fuck is the point of that when the internet exists? There's millions and millions of girls on the internet doing all kinds of crazy shit. You can find pretty much anything to suit your degenerate taste. Brazilian fart porn if you're into that. You can watch a girl put Fruit Loops into her gaping asshole while another girl puts a spoon in there and eats them out. You can watch a girl put golf balls into another girl's gaping asshole. There is anything. The sky is the limit. Why go on TikTok? Why roll those dice? Those girls could be 14 years old, you fucking weirdos. It just makes no sense. I don't know who's going on TikTok to look at girls. I thought TikTok was supposed to be for like humor and shit, but it's clearly not because there is no humor. It's fucking awful. Let's keep going. If that's not illegal, it certainly should be soon. Well, I think this has been enough to make my point. There is nothing good on TikTok at all, unless you're like a predator, maybe. I just don't get it. I never really thought I'd reach the age where I didn't understand new stuff. Like, growing up, I was always like, yeah, that doesn't make any sense. That'll never happen. I'll always be with the times and understanding everything and being able to partake in technology and shit. But now, I totally fucking see it. I get why boomers don't understand how to use a fucking cell phone. I get it. I am finally at a point where I just don't understand something that younger people like. It's a fucking sad feeling. Getting old. And it's gonna happen to you too if you're young and watching this. Don't think that it's only boomers. It's gonna be you too, you fucking loser. You're also going to get to the point where you're like, oh my god, what is the younger generation doing? This makes no sense to me. It's gonna happen. I definitely see it just being a natural order of things now. I get it. And it sucks. Also, TikTok fucking sucks. You know what? It's not me. It's not boomers that are the problem. It's the younger generation with shit taste. Girls like bad guys. I was the fucking scientist that cracked that code. The fucking shit archaeologist who dug through shit trying to find and clean his finds of shit on the Musical.ly or TikTok app, and then I made the video about good girls, bad guys. And then Pyrocynical has the audacity, he has the gall, the chutzpah to steal my video idea, my video in essence. He takes it from me without even mentioning me. And then Memulous, I had him on the fucking podcast. I raised the boy. I made him a man, put hair on his ball sacks on the podcast, and he turns around and does a TikTok video as well? Again, without even saying that I was the cream supreme of TikTok finds? Disrespectful. Now no one even knows that I was the one that discovered it. And it's a shame. It's a fucking shame. So now I, the holy king, chosen by God himself to sit upon the throne of shitting on insufferably bad TikTok content and watching borderline illegal TikTok content, must retake my place atop this mountain of dog shit that is called TikTok. This is exactly what I meant by borderline illegal. So apparently this dude was under the impression that he was communicating with and singing to like a 6-year-old girl. And then it turns out she's not actually 6. Fucking got him. Catfish. Lied to. This is like a Chris Hansen play right here. Right out of his playbook. I don't understand. And what the fuck was that picture anyway? It looked like a missing person on the back of a milk carton picture. This is just some weird shit, and it's apparently a trend on TikTok. There's a fucking 100 of these. How many child predators are there on TikTok? How many dudes were under the impression that they were communicating with children, and then they do this challenge and it turns out they're not children, so they're all surprised? What a fucking weird trend and culture on TikTok. Let's go ahead and check out some more of them. This is cheating a little bit because I already knew about this one. This was a very popular trend a couple years back. The karma's a bitch, and then you like throw a blanket in the air and then all of a sudden your dick's 9 inches long or something. But since it's Halloween, it's got a spin on TikTok where karma's a witch. But I unironically like this clip just because I think that mask is fantastic. It must be a homemade DIY creation from this guy. It looks like Gandalf face fucked a hobgoblin, and the tongue out from the guy wearing it's that nice little cherry on top to remind you that the platform is still just for sex offenders. That face, the mask, probably is what most of the people who hit like on those videos on TikTok look like behind the phone screen. Who reacts that way to seeing a bottle of water on the floor? If I saw a bottle of water on my floor, I'd be like, oh shit, must have left that bottle of water on the floor. But she stumbles in here like she just walked into a crime scene. She's just fucking disgusted by it. Makes a face like she's watching her parents have sex. Then it turns out that bottle of water's super heavy like Thor's hammer, but luckily she had a real man on standby to come help her with it. It was just a little sneak preview, a little taste of the comedy stylings of TikTok, the comedy genius of the TikTok creators. I know you're probably still recovering from the hoot and holler you had from that heavy bottle challenge clip right there, but trust me, it gets even better on TikTok. Did you see those goofy faces? In case that didn't really tickle you pink, did you see what he was curling? It wasn't a weight, it was a fruit. That's right, this is part of the comedy trend on TikTok called the Fruit Fitness Challenge. I mean, need I say more? This is where all the good shit goes to die. I think that's enough of TikTok for today. I've scrolled through plenty of videos. I think I'm gonna call it quits on the TikTok. A very satisfying punching bag for the internet to joke about. I'm sure I don't need to give you a history lesson on what pickup artists are, or at least were, since they're kind of an endangered species now, which is great. But basically, they were just some guys who were giant douchebags faking confidence, would go around with a camera and a mic and shove it in girls' faces. Oftentimes the girls were drunk, and they just harassed them, sometimes even groped them, or asked them just weird questions like, would you mind if I snorkeled in your asshole tonight? Give me your number, babe. And like go in for kisses. It was really a fucking weird trend, but it started to die out because A, people stopped watching it because it's so fucking uncomfortable, and B, some of them were actually getting reported to the authorities, so honestly a pretty dangerous career path to begin with. Sometimes they even tried to make it like a tutorial thing, like if you follow what I do in these pickup artist game spitting videos, you'll also be a pussy slang magnet, a master cock warrior. But basically, if you followed what they did in the videos, you wouldn't be a pickup artist, you would just pick up a bunch of charges. And I was under the impression that the whole thing was pretty much dead at this point until I watched Cody Ko's new video on TikTok pickup artists, and that showed me a disturbing truth, that TikTok has inspired a whole new generation of douchebags to pick up where the other ones had left off. Today we're just going to focus on one channel in particular that I went through. I only went through like a month's worth of videos, but there's hundreds and hundreds. This is going to be Eric.
She wants an open relationship. Yeah, I'm the man. Oh, he's the man. Come on now, you boys gotta have confidence. Let's go. What do you mean? Your girl wants an open relationship. Yeah, drop her. Get someone who's worth you. Oh! I said yes. I don't give a You're my friend. I don't give a Alright, so alright. So are we gonna date now? Because he's clearly out of the picture now.
Yeah,
so.
no, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, I think are we dating?
Yeah, we're dating.
Okay, perfect.
Alright, what is your name?
Kenzie.
Kenzie, alright, Kenzie, let me get your number.
Okay.
This is Eric's most recent TikTok, and I have no fucking clue what was going on in this one. I couldn't follow the lore or storyline or anything. I really just don't get it. I can't comprehend what I was just watching. Eric is the man in the white shirt holding the microphone. I'm sure I didn't need to point him out to you. This wasn't like a Where's Waldo thing. I'm sure you immediately could guess which one was Eric here, because he's holding a microphone. If you see someone just holding a giant mic like this in public, it just lets you identify an asshole from a distance, really. What I find really interesting about this video though is the guy here looks exactly like Eric if he was significantly taller, better looking, and more muscular. They could have been brothers if his brother here was like a Viking who stole all of Eric's potential height and muscle mass in the womb.
But how old are you?
I'm old enough.
But you can't be like old enough for me though.
I like my women wise.
I don't know about that.
We'll find out.
I tell you, you read one Reddit post on how to be confident around women, and it's all downhill from there. You'll end up with a TikTok channel like Eric's. I just don't really get it. In like 9 out of every 10 of the videos he posts, he either gets flat out rejected or insulted right to his face. So I don't even know, like, if you'd even consider him a pickup artist. He's more of just like a catastrophe artist on the streets, while also making a ton of women extremely uncomfortable.
So you guys like nice guys or do you like bad boys?
I like bad boys. I like when they're mean to me.
Wow. So you like it rough, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah, she likes it rough. Cool, well I think you're pretty cute, so could I get your number?
Sure.
Alright, let me get your number.
Eric, she just said she likes bad boys. There's no way Eric is a bad boy. Eric's the kind of guy that would cry during hentai when his wife was having sex with another 2D character. No chance, Eric. Once she finds out that you're not a hardcore, motorcycle riding, lacrosse playing badass, she's gonna leave your ass. But great work out there, Eric. You got the digits. I'm sure it wasn't a fake number.
So what's your name?
Kira.
Kira, I'm Eric. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
How's your night going?
It's pretty good.
It's pretty good?
Yeah.
Yeah, alright. So, what do you have to offer me tonight?
What do you want?
Anything.
I mean, I don't know.
I want you.
I don't think Eric's ever even talked to a sober girl in his life. Every single one of his TikToks take place right outside of a bar or a huge party, and all the women are fucking hammered, absolutely annihilated. It's so uncomfortable to watch, really. And I don't know who even watches it to begin with. He doesn't even succeed. Like I said, 9 out of every 10 videos is getting insulted or rejected right to his fucking face. I'm surprised they don't just like spit on him when he comes around there with the mic with the amount of times he gets like absolutely blasted by the people he talks to. It's super weird. So even like the 11 or 12-year-old boys that watch this kind of garbage and dog shit probably wouldn't get anything out of watching Eric since he doesn't even succeed in the fantasy he tries to live.
Sensitive feeling that you've been here every night
Really?
looking for a girl?
No. Only tonight and only you.
Only tonight and only me.
That's right. But can I get your number real fast?
You can get my snap?
Alright, I don't take Snapchats. Bye.
Oh shit! Whoa! Eric is a madman! He doesn't fucking take Snapchats. Look at him! Look at him, you harpy! Does Eric look like a bitch? Does he look like a little turbo virgin pussy? No! He does not accept Snapchats, only hard phone numbers, baby. And that's all. That's all Eric deals in. That's his only currency. Fuck the Bitcoin. Fuck Dogecoin. He only deals in the currency that matters. Phone numbers. And getting rejected. Woo!
Do you think I can find a girlfriend out here?
Of course.
Of course?
It's oh yeah. Hey, listen. It's coastal. It's not college, baby.
That's right. So wait, what about one of you guys?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I can be your boyfriend?
Yeah.
Really? So I can get your number?
Yeah, right now.
He's so savage. He just got 4 girlfriends at once. And he didn't even try. That's the power of Eric. Too easy, I say. He's playing life on easy mode. He's got God mode activated over there.
We're here with
Pereira Solis.
Oh wow, that's beautiful. I can't even pronounce it. But how's your night going?
Pretty f***ed up.
Yeah. Yeah, me too.
I got super curious to see what the comments were saying about some of his videos, so I went to the comments on this one, and it looked like a fucking Twitch chat in the just chatting category. Unsurprisingly, this is like every comment here. And then there's Scott Kingdon down there. That's a yogurt I used to eat as a kid. I mean, Scott's going through it right now, man. I mean, he's on a whole nother level here. He's on a different plane of existence after seeing this video.
Community. Honestly, like for me, all I want for Christmas is you. You know how like Christmas is coming up, right?
Yeah, no shit, Sherlock.
Yeah, that's why I'm dressed like Santa.
Pretty soon. Oh wow, I thought you were dressed up as a leprechaun.
Wow, you got jokes. Well, all I want for Christmas is you.
How sweet.
So get on your knee, bitch.
Whoa.
Christmas was a rough time for Eric and his content. Santa Claus came by and left him nothing but coal and rejections and no after no after no and insult after insult. But unfortunately, Eric didn't give up. He kept making content. But he definitely did go through a bit of a rough patch here, a cold streak when it came to his pickup game.
Well, honestly, I'm looking for a girl tonight, and I was wondering what you guys had to offer.
What are you offering?
What am I offering? I mean, you can find out later in bed, so...
Uh-oh, ladies, be careful. Proceed with caution. Eric is getting into his zone. This is not a drill. You will no longer be able to resist Eric. Ladies, you will not be able to control yourselves around Eric's smooth talking.
Are you single?
I am single.
Alright, do you find me attractive?
Yeah.
So I can get your number.
I don't live here.
I don't either. So I guess we can just text.
True. Okay.
Alright, let's do it. Cool.
Zoom in on my face with my reactions.
Her friend's face really does say it all right there. That tells the entire story.
What's your name?
Megan.
Megan, are we in love?
No.
How can I find love out here?
Don't be a
And yeah, that about sums that up. She put it into a nice nutshell to sum up all of pickup artistry. So she really did put it elegantly there and right on the nose. That's really about it. There's a ton of pickup artists on TikTok, it seems. But Eric was the one I wanted to watch some of today. Keep in mind, this is only some videos over the last month, and he has so fucking many, it's crazy. I don't know how shame hasn't kicked in, considering the majority of these is him very, very much falling flat on his fucking face in the videos. So I don't exactly know why he keeps making them, but he's still on the... Part 1 had a ton of shit I'd never even heard of before.
Confused_me too. Also, I really want this in the iceberg because I want to let you guys know to not believe everything you see on TikTok. The account only has 2 posts. One of them shows someone squirming around in a garbage bag, and the other shows a river. I mean, come on, it just looks so staged. It's like some teenagers just wanted to prank the TikTok community. And also, if you
it's very easy to do that.
First of all, you wouldn't upload it. I wanted to include this on this list on the tip because, guys, don't believe everything you see on TikTok. And imagine, like,
I'm still gonna believe everything. Because it's more fun
Suffocating
that way.
flies trend, and squeeze the bottom, alluding to the idea of the fly being squished to death. Most of the times they wouldn't squish the fly, at least
What a
on video,
weird
but
trend.
sometimes they would actually post it. This is a rare case where someone actually claims they made the trend. The user goes by DJSHBDBDB, and his bio read,
Hey girl, I
"Squishing
made
fly
that
at 50K.
squishing
I
fly
really started
trend
a
on
fly and
TikTok.
syringe trend now." This user has since
So we
changed
fucking
his
at my
name
place
and
of
gotten
yours.
banned due to violating community guidelines. It's really stupid when people do shit like this for clout. Like, dog, everyone kills flies, but it takes a special kind of person to
Hey,
trap
I don't-
a fly,
I
put it in
don't.
a syringe,
I make Tiana
start
do it.
squeezing the bottom of it, and then post it for TikTok clout.
I don't
and
feel
make
like
your
hunting
bio,
that shit down. It's such a
"Squishing fly
hassle."
at 50K. Skinwalker dog. The woman posted a TikTok of her dog opening the door from inside the bathroom. She screams, "Oh my god," as the dog looks at her and closes the door again. The comments were full of people telling her that her dog was a skinwalker. Look, if the doorknob was...
Yes. From Upper Kazuki. Yes, of course. The only man qualified to diagnose your dog with a possession. I have no doubt, too, that this kid truly believed it. They're like, oh my lord. That's a real possession. Just like in Demon Slayer.
But the owners then showed that the doorknob was one of those lever type doorknobs. So, you know,
my
that's
dog
how
opens
the dog
doors.
opened the door. Bolivia college incident. The Bolivia college incident is another one of those situations where users would just upload these shock videos onto TikTok until they get taken down. Eventually, the railing breaks and students begin falling to their deaths. It's so scary seeing this one girl about to fall
Holy
to her
shit,
death,
what?
but is pulled up by a colleague. Usually, I know about these shock videos that go around.
I've
but
never
I
heard of
had
that.
Also, to the people posting this to get clout or likes or just
Wait, what
shock
the
value.
fuck? When did that happen? I've never heard of that in my life. Well, I'm not looking it up on stream, obviously, but I've literally never heard of this ever. It happened in 2021. Damn, what overshadowed this? Like, did Dreams stream during this day or something? How is this not trending on Twitter? How far up were they? 4th floor, it says right here. It was all over Reddit. Damn, what the fuck was I doing in March of 2021? I never heard of that at all.
You're fucking weird, bro. You're a weird piece of shit. The body.
Jesus, I'm sorry, I just haven't heard of it. Jesus.
TikTok.
That man came after me.
April 24th. Update on cat
Appreciate
killer's
it.
identity. In part 1, we talked about the lady cat killer that would go on Omegle with the tag furry from 12 a.m. to 2 a.m. and would show off skinned and burned cats. She would also go on TikTok basically having fun that she wasn't caught. This is the internet. The cat killer was found out to be Crystal Cherica Scott, a 19-year-old
so
woman
sweet.
in Indiana who apparently sold Animal Crush videos on the internet. When searching her home, FBI agents recovered
give some
numerous
lane.
animal parts and skulls that were consistent of the size of cats and dogs. Agents also discovered approximately 3 live dogs, 12 live cats, and several lizards. Scott is facing up to 7 years in prison, 3 years of supervised release,
That
and
is
a
so
maximum fine of
fucking stupid.
$250,000.
That is so dumb that they are not more strict on that. It is fucking shocking. Even if, let's say you don't even like animals. Let's say you're a person that just fucking hates animals. At the very least, there is so much documentation to prove that people that harm animals or torture animals on camera for views or to sell the videos are literally the most likely to be serial killers. So even if you fucking hate animals, there is no argument where this person should ever be free again. For this long, this many tortured and killed animals on camera, there is no world where this person should be allowed back in general population. Fucking crazy. 7 years maximum with 3 years of supervised release. Good lord.
Foreigner challenge. So this was a trend that started in April of 2020, where people would post compilations
so
like little
infuriating,
fan edits of themselves, basically, with Pop Smoke's song Foreigner playing in the background. Rest in peace, Pop Smoke. You cannot say pop and forget the smoke. Except the people in these edits would put their into these edits.
Yeah, exactly. The animal harm is often a precursor to murder. Like almost every single murderer, like Richard Kuklinski, the Iceman, claimed to have killed over 200 people when he was working as a hitman for the mafia. Jeffrey Dahmer, I believe, also in that group. Ed Gein, pretty much everyone. Ted Bundy, I think, as well. Pretty much everyone you can think of all started with killing animals. Like just like torturing animals as a kid in their home or finding strays and beating them to death. They all started there. And yet still the law doesn't seem to take it seriously. Crazy. No, I don't
puberty
think I've ever heard
advice
that one,
pages.
Goblin.
In May of this year, an account on TikTok began gaining traction called Puberty Helper 101. The goal of this page was to help little girls go through puberty and deal with the changes their bodies were going through. But eventually, people found out that the owner behind the account was a grown man. It was even more disturbing when the account
sounds
posted
about right.
this. Hey guys, I'm going to pick 3 of you randomly and DM you and give you my phone number to help you and talk you through anything you need. If any of you would find this helpful, write in the comments and maybe I'll pick you up. What the fuck? This TikTok account
Thanks,
was banned
Austin
shortly after,
Jones,
though,
I
the
guess.
TikTok community found out it existed.
Who ran that account? EDP? Like, goddamn.
In April
What
of
the
this year,
fuck?
a 1444 video. The 1444 video is another video that would circulate around
Here's the
TikTok,
bitch
just like the Ronnie
username.
McNutt video and
Yeah, I heard
the
it's out.
Bolivia college incident. This 2019 video showed a teenage Russian boy sitting on his couch saying a quote and then shooting himself in the head with a semi-automatic rifle. Before he commits, he says a quote, and that quote translates to Nikita. How does the saying go? Neon Polka. Neon Polka is a reference to another Russian person that also committed. And that person actually laid on train tracks and was, I don't even know if I could say
Holy
that. Her
shit.
head came off on the train tracks, and her last post on social media said Neon Polka, and it became like a meme in Russia, I guess. So you say that before you commit.
What a
Yeah, to
fucking
make matters even worse, Gleb's
awful way to go out. I don't know why that reminded me of something. Do you guys remember the hot coil challenge? That was back with the Tide Pod eating shit. There was a dude who threw his arm onto like a hot coil on his stove for the hot coil challenge. Anyone know what ever happened to that guy? And then he just like burnt the shit out of his arm, like probably a permanent branding. And then he was about to do it again before his friends stopped him. It never caught on or anything. But I was just wondering, does anyone have a follow-up to that? He's got nice scars. No, he's got stupid scars because it was literally just a hot coil. So his scar is just going to look like a pile of dog shit on his arm. It's not even like a cool scar or anything. London resub zombie. I guess no one knows what happened to the guy.
These two teenagers ended up murdering Sierra's father due to him not approving of them being together. The creepy part is that they posted this TikTok acting like it was a normal thing to do.
I don't know what to say. Welcome back to our YouTube channel. After murdering, day 3 after murdering somebody.
Whoa!
Whoa, what a way to start a vlog.
The
Hey,
father had been
hey,
stabbed to
whoa.
death and his body was set
Jesus.
on fire. His body was found in his own garage. The teens have been
Vandara,
charged with
Resub
murder,
Casca.
but haven't entered a plea. If convicted, Guerrero could face the death penalty. Because she is a minor, Sierra faces life in prison.
That's good at
CP
least.
slash
I can't imagine there's too much more that he hasn't covered because he's doing really broad topics instead of like specific instances, or at least in this that he did. So yeah, we can finish it.
Joining me today is the amazing True
Danny
Crime
oh,
Cam.
I thought
You
it was
guys
gonna
may
be
have
Danny
seen her
DeVito.
TikToks on your For You page. Plaque, that's so amazing. When we started this series, I was at 85,000. Now we're nearing 200,000.
Isn't he close to like
subscribers. So thank you guys
500K
so
now?
much for sticking
Oh,
around.
he's over.
with me, and
God
make sure you
damn, he's
grab a
popping
drink,
off.
Grab a snack. Let's get started with the video.
Jesus. I feel like he was at
Jonathan G.
500K like
Now,
a day
Jonathan
ago,
G
or whenever we watched the
is
first part.
Jonathan G. You guys most likely have heard of this, but let's keep talking about it. Jonathan G was a TikTok account that appeared
No, I
in
have no idea who
2020,
this is.
but the original account has since been banned. To understand exactly who and what Jonathan G is,
Looks
first
familiar, though.
we have to go back to 2016 and inform ourselves about the Blue Whale Challenge. It is believed that Rina Palenkova was the first victim of this horrible game. We spoke briefly about her in part 2. This
I
happened again in
doubt it.
2019 with the infamous Momo picture, which I can't show or else this video would get demonetized. Where was the first sighting? Apparently, the first sighting of any of these accounts was on TikTok, going under the username @Jonathan.
I remember the
G54.
Momo thing.
Eventually, if you're wondering how these anonymous people were able to convince these young teens into doing these horrible actions,
I don't think they
it's because
did.
they would threaten to dox, which means find your address, kill your entire family, and do other disgusting things. All the other versions of it have resulted in a lot of kids committing.
Well,
read this one about
I don't think so. If I remember correctly, I haven't done research on this, but I do remember that Momo thing. I don't remember Goofy, whatever that is. I remember that guy's face, but I don't remember that being anything like further than that. But the whole Momo thing was all just a complete hoax. It was all completely fake. No one actually like hurt themselves or anything like that. I don't even know what I type in to find it. Momo related deaths, maybe? Yeah, the Momo challenge hoax. I don't think there was an actual case of somebody, you know, killing themselves from it. Who Momo is? I don't know why you asked that so awfully, but it's this thing. It's a picture from some old horror skit or something. This thing. Yeah, I'm pretty sure no one ever actually hurt themselves. It was just people making it up, and then places like Mirror ran with it. So like, here's Mirror's headline: Momo challenge victims revealed, kids as young as 12 killed by twisted craze. But I don't think any of it was ever actually real. I'd have to look more into it, but yeah, I do remember it all being outed as like, all those stories that were reported weren't actually true.
And that...
Okay, people keep saying blue whale. I don't even know what that is. That is foreign to me. I know blue waffle, I've never heard of blue whale before, so I don't even know what to look up here. Blue whale death? Well, I just got videos of blue whales dying, okay, so probably not. What do I look up? Blue whale challenge? The piece, so there was initially an article that came out linking multiple children's suicides to the blue whale challenge, and then it is critiqued by saying the piece was later criticized for attempting to make a casual link where none existed. None of the suicides were found to be a direct result of the group activities. Claims of suicides connected to the game have been reported worldwide, but none have been confirmed. That's what he's talking about. Well, I know, I'm just saying, like, I've never heard of the blue whale one, but none of this was ever, like, actually confirmed, ever.
John told Mashable this in an email referring to his business. Quote, "These pieces are not decoration. They are teaching tools and serve a very important purpose." This is a very hypocritical statement, considering John has dressed up these human remains and let his cats play with them like toys.
Oh. I was gonna say, like, that's a pretty reasonable response.
How to tell? We drove to buy a real human skeleton. The thing about the question of where do I get them from?
I bet the people would be happy to see their bones being so enjoyed.
It doesn't matter to like 99% of you.
I first want to point out that John is not an osteologist, which is a trained professional who critically analyzes and evaluates
how does he get the
remains
bones?
to determine. John buys his remains from old medical collections or bone traffickers, then sells them back to the public under the guise of making the study of bones and human anatomy accessible. Anyone could buy these human remains and do whatever they want with them. You could close out this YouTube video right now and go buy some human bones. That is it.
Give me just 1 second. Is that true? I had no idea. I know you can buy, like, for, like, I remember in college some classes had human bones to teach. I didn't realize that was just something I could get on Amazon. Let me see. Bone trafficking? Looted skulls and human remains are being sold in the black market. And do I get to know whose bones they were? Like, do I get, like, a picture of what they looked like before death? And it's like, hey, it's belonged to fucking Paul Cheeseburger. These are his bones. They're like an NFT. I mean, unironically, you get more value out of human bones than an NFT. Yeah, this guy seems like a real maniac.
At one point, John listed for sale the skull of a Sami person. The description of the skull also included a slur in reference to the group. Quote, "Black, indigenous, and other ethnic bodies are not props for art. They are not objects to be pillaged and dissected by anyone. They are not exhibitions."
So is that what John was doing? Was he personally going and exhuming these graves?
And we shouldn't be okay with the private
or
trade
he just had his mom and dad's credit card and bought
people have no
bones?
ethical right to procure in an industry built on racism and violence. The killer that TikTok users found and caught. So, on February 23rd of this year, Daisy De La O was fatally stabbed outside of her family's California home by her ex-boyfriend, 25-year-old Victor Sosa.
Tier 1
Victor was a suspect immediately after her death, but he had already fled the country. They posted videos and images of Daisy, shared her story, as well as images of Victor calling for people to share and find him. They used the hashtag #JusticeForDaisy. Luckily, the videos landed on the right For You pages, and tips started rushing in. Victor Sosa had been spotted working. The person who sent this tip in said that Victor had been working at this bar for weeks and was living his best life like nothing ever happened. Susanna wants justice for her daughter and hopes by telling Daisy's story that other young women will find the strength to lead these abusive relationships. If you or someone you know is suffering in an abusive relationship, go to www.thehotline.org.
I feel like TikTok would actually be a really good tool for something like that.
Challenge.
Just because everyone has TikTok.
Trend surfaced on TikTok. That being
like, look at EDP, for example. EDP literally can't exist in even like a parking lot in bumblefuck nowhere without someone videotaping him for TikTok. That man can't go anywhere. So actually, maybe using TikTok as a resource for catching people would be pretty effective, just because there is so many people on TikTok.
The TikTok challenge that dares people to strangle themselves and escape. This challenge has been referred to as the Blackout Challenge, the game of choking, and speed dreaming. Even though this is public information, because this
Speed
child is so
dreaming?
young, I found out there was some type of video on TikTok letting kids know how to strangle yourself. But he's 7 years old, so how is he going to get out of it? A spokesperson from TikTok has since said that the challenge has been banned from the platform. Junior's family encouraged parents to block various social media sites and educate themselves about what could be lurking behind their kid's screen. The effect of
as a
TikTok's
parent, you have to
blackout
know
challenge
TikTok's not
reached
going to be
far
great for
beyond
them.
the United States. In
Shit's
January
trash.
of this year, and this really begs the question, what dangerous TikTok challenge is going to trend next? And is TikTok even going to stop it in time, or is it
No.
going to take the lives of more kids?
Yes.
Zombie Woman is.
You want to know
not
how you
Marilyn
solve it? Unironically, YouTube had the solution. You have YouTube Kids, where you literally can't have anything but shit for kids. Then you have normal YouTube. And then they fucked it by just still allowing kids on normal YouTube anyway. So that's how you solve it. You have TikTok for kids, and you have a TikTok that kids cannot access. And the two never collide. That's how you also get rid of all your child predators. Easy. But then again, it's hard to well, you wouldn't know people's ages on TikTok for kids, I guess. I don't know how you'd enforce it. Right? We're prototyping right now in the lab. I'm still coming up with the solutions. Require an ID to sign up? Yeah, but kids don't have an ID. What are they gonna give me? Their fucking Roblox username? Yeah, it'd be tough. How would you enforce it? A biometric scan? I don't know what the fuck you do. Social Security? That'd be good, because that solves two problems. Not many people want to give up their Social Security number, so then TikTok dies, and that's a net positive overall, too. So yeah, I mean, I guess you could do SSN.
In part 1, we spoke about a woman in Seattle, Washington who was clearly in distress. Many of you were telling me in the comments that the woman in the video is a woman by the name of Marilyn Stanley. At first, I thought so too, but after more research, these two cases are actually completely separate. These are not the same people. The story goes that this woman was in an abusive relationship with her then boyfriend, named Zachary. Throughout the relationship, he would beat her, and she didn't leave because he threatened to kill her if she tried. Eventually, she was over at his house, and out of nowhere, he punched her repeatedly in the face. He dragged her to his bedroom and continued beating her. Then his pit bull came and bit half of Marilyn's ear off. She blacked out and woke up to Zachary smirking, and he said, "Look at you. You're bald. Now nobody's gonna want you. Go look at yourself in the mirror."
Christ.
She described, and Zachary, he ended up blaming the scalping on his dog, but detectives were able to find out that the
Was his
knife
dog
he
a
used
barber?
had scalp on it. This idiot ended up getting 20 years in prison, which, bro, honestly, I think we can all agree he deserves a lot more. And sadly, Marilyn has to wear wigs now since she cannot grow hair at the top of her head anymore.
God damn.
TikTok helped identify an Appalachian Trail killer.
Because that video
On April
looked like it
29th,
was like
2019,
makeup
TikTok
or something.
user
I thought it was like
Taylor,
from like a
aka
horror
at
set.
Flowers Don't Grow,
Holy
went
shit.
camping. The man must have been scared by the police lights because
It
he
sounds
just
super
eventually
fake.
wandered off and faded into the darkness. An officer accompanied them back to their campsite so they could gather their belongings and get the heck out of there. And Taylor learned not only the
Prime
identity
R,
of the
Never
man,
Sub Gam.
but the fact that he had killed someone just 2 weeks after they'd crossed paths. Ronald made it to Southwest Virginia. This is where Ronald ran into the man that attempted to murder Taylor and Chris, who was later identified as
Does he just
James
live
L.
there?
Jordan. A Canadian woman nearby was also stabbed and managed to survive by playing dead. She then ran back to meet the other hikers and made a
such a
6-mile trek
risky
to
maneuver.
safety with them. In April of 2021, James Jordan was found not guilty by reason of insanity.
Devious lick trend. The devious...
What? I actually just read something the other day that when you plead insanity, it's actually worse for you. I was reading that, like, if you plead insane, it is significantly worse. Then you're just confined to a mental institution for, like, your entire life with no chance of parole or anything or some shit like that. Yeah, so he's not free. He's still in federal custody. That's what I just wanted to say. Though there is that... We even went over this on stream a while back. Do you guys remember, I think it was in Canada, there was that guy on a bus who out of nowhere grabbed a knife and stabbed a passenger. I think he ripped his head off, like cut his head off, and ate his eyeballs while everyone else on the bus watched. Because they got off the bus, he just out of nowhere started stabbing some random passenger. They all got off the bus, and he just sat there in the bus and ate the dude's eyeball. That guy only spent, I think it was 5 years in jail, and then was let go. He's completely free, he changed his name, and now he works a normal job. He's just back in general pop. No, it wasn't drugs, it wasn't anything like that. He pleaded insanity, And I guess after 5 years, they said he was good. No, that's real. What the fuck was his name? We're kind of going back in time because we already did this, but let me look it up again. Vince Lee. Oh, the man formerly known as Vince Lee. Vince Lee was found not criminally responsible in the killing of Tim McLean. Bro, I don't know who he hired in court. He must have got Saul fucking Goodman. He was found not criminally responsible for the beheading and consumption of Tim McLean. So he was discharged in 2017 and changed his name, and he's back to business as usual. Fucking wild. He spent 7 years, though. It was 7 years, not 5. God damn. Wasn't drugs. Apparently, they said that he had untreated schizophrenia. That's what his legal defense said. Whether or not that's true, I mean, that's up to whatever you want to believe. But after spending 7 years institutionalized, they deemed him safe to be put back into like general pop. So he went to independent living. From independent living, he changed his name and now he's just full-blown like back to being a citizen. Though even the people that discharged him have said, I'm concerned about a relapse. So, the man ate someone. Yeah. Not only did he eat someone, he ate like the worst part of someone. He ate a fucking eyeball. You know, like, push comes to shove, you and me, we're trapped on like a mountaintop, we're running out of food. The first thing I'm eating from you is not going to be your eyeball. I'd start with something that looks a little familiar, like maybe like your leg or something, like nibble on your calf. I would not start with an eyeball.
TikTok user Frey Todoroki. A Brazilian TikToker who goes by Freya conspired with 2 friends to kill a girl. 19-year-old Raíssa Borges wanted to know if she was a psychopath. To test this theory, she conspired with 18-year-old Freya and 22-year-old Jefferson to kill a petite person that couldn't fight back. 18-year-old Ariane Laureano.
That's what they decided to test.
On August 24th,
their
the group
psychopath
invited
nature
Ariane
with.
into the woods to hang out. Raíssa then started to strangle Ariane, but ultimately couldn't kill her alone. That's when Freya and Jefferson joined in. As Ariane passed out, they stabbed her 3 times to make sure that she was gone. On September 16th, authorities arrested Raíssa, Freya, and Jefferson, and this case is still ongoing.
Hopefully it ends with
if you guys
life
enjoyed
in prison.
The video, make sure to leave a like, and if you're not subscribed,
If you want to know if you're a
please, may I ask
psychopath,
for
just
your
do what normal people
subscription
do.
if you
See
enjoyed
if you
the
like
video.
Overwatch.
Also,
that was good though. Those were good icebergs. I had heard of a decent bit of them, but not a ton. Especially not that last one. I feel like that one would have been bigger news. Maybe it was and I missed it. Dojo. Most likely when you look at me, you see an alpha male, a very intimidating specimen that encapsulates everything it means to be a masculine man in today's climate. But, just like Qui-Gon Jinn says, there's always a bigger fish. Today I'm going to show you what a real alpha looks like. It looks like something straight off of a Greek god statue. Looks like something you'd only read about in the Bible. Basically what God wanted when he created men, but something went awry in the formula and we were left with only one true chosen alpha. And this alpha lives where all great men do, on TikTok. So join me as we take a look at the only alpha left in the world. Hopefully you're wearing pants you don't mind getting a little wet, panties you don't mind getting a little sodden, because you're going to need the disclaimer, because you're not dealing with just a man, you're dealing with the alpha. He's beating your ass like a fucking drum, huh? You should have just listened to him the first time. He was very nice about it the first time, simply getting his girl away from you and informing you, hey, he's the alpha, so you better watch out, bruh. But then you came back, stepped on his toes again, and he had to beat the fuck out of you. Should have gotten the hint the first time. He shouldn't have to repeat himself. That's your fault. The reason you're spitting up blood right now in the emergency room with your butthole feeling a little sore, well, it's because you went near the alpha's girl. You should know better, and he warned you, and then he had to get a little aggressive. I absolutely love this shit. I love his, like, fucking karate off camera and shit. Fucking, I'm the alpha. Getting him with, like, some side kicks and some of these boxing maneuvers like it's a Tekken game. I love it. I think it's fantastic. I don't know if he does it earnestly or not, and you know what? It doesn't fucking matter to me, because he's crushing it. My man's out here open up cans of whoop ass on TikTok. Any fucking tough guys talking shit about his girl or him in the comment section, he probably personally DMs them a picture of his fist and says, "Knuckle sandwich delivery, order up, bitch." Or maybe he just profusely apologizes that they didn't like the content. Hey, I'm sorry you didn't like it. That was actually quite mean though. Take it back. This one honestly feels like something Alpha wouldn't want you to see, where his girl is not satisfied and she's calling him a friend right to his face because she just shows so little respect towards Alpha, and then Alpha shows that he doesn't have a whole lot of self-respect either. He takes the phone and he's like, "Who is this? You cheating on me with this soft guy? You could do so much better. Let me give you the number of some hard guys." It's like he was gonna be like her fucking agent or something and start setting her up with guys that are better than him. Yeah, no, this Joker here, he's not better than the Alpha, but I do know guys that are, if you'd like me to set you up. Like, it just seems real weak here. It just feels like this prank, he shouldn't have posted it, because the whole thing, he's been oozing pure testosterone and masculinity throughout his entire TikTok career, but this one, he looks kinda soft. Good technique. There's just a lot to unpack with that one right there. And I don't think I need to. Just more good stuff, I guess, from Alpha. I was gonna put some makeup on myself with like a black eye, bruises and cuts all over my face, pretending like he just like beat me up or something, but it just wasn't worth the effort. Me doing that would be more effort than these two have ever put into anything they've ever fucking done on TikTok, and it just didn't seem worth it. But I do love the storyline here, the narrative they've constructed. So she was with Alpha, and then she got tired of Alpha. She said, "You know what, I just want a beta male, a nice guy beta male." And then she turns to that guy, and it turns out he's trying to fucking kidnap her and strangle her. And then Alpha comes to the rescue, saves her, beats his ass, and then beats my ass. I was just watching. Now, unfortunately, I'm gonna have to hit you with the cold water. Most of the content I was showing you was Alpha's older content, where I believe he was more of a man. His recent, like, 10 posts are all about baby talk, and why baby talk is good. And you can see the dark spiral that's happening to the Alpha familia here on TikTok. I don't necessarily agree with the baby talk position being like an Alpha thing, but I'm not like this, primordial alpha like he is, so I guess maybe I'm just not knowledgeable enough on the topic. Well, you can't argue with those points. Pretty bulletproof, watertight, and honestly, the only point that matters is that alpha likes it. And if the alpha likes it, then we're fucking idiots for not liking it. So, honestly, that's a problem for us, for people that don't like the baby talk. If the alpha likes it, that means it is an objectively good thing. But yeah, and it's poly. A question I asked myself moments ago because I saw footage of what looked like a scene out of World War Z with hundreds of people lined up at a Princess Polly store trying to push each other and bump and grind their way into the facility to get their hands on some sacred accoutrements. I think they were doing some kind of giveaway to celebrate so you could get some legendary loot, and everyone was there to improve their loadout, get some new gear, and there were just so many people there for this place I've never heard of. Now, granted, maybe I'm not the Princess Polly target demographic. That's entirely possible. It is a apparently global sensation clothing store for women predominantly. So maybe that just doesn't quite make it on my radar of things. But even still, I feel like I would have heard of it. Like I know Lululemon, which I guess, well, I feel like there's probably a few people on the planet that don't know Lululemon. Maybe that's not directly comparable. Point is, I'd never heard of Princess Polly, but I saw this crazy turnout here where it was getting a little ferocious there. I thought cannibalism might start unfolding there on some of the footage I watched. And then there became a big drama situation that unfolded when a woman cut in line, bumped into a guy, and then accused him of assaulting her. A despicable, shameful thing to be lying about. Those kind of false reports can ruin lives, and she's doing it proudly while grinning about it, claiming that this man, this stranger, who she bumped into on purpose, assaulted her.
No one see that. No.
There is so many videos from this event. There are multiple angles of this, and in all of it, you can see she cuts in line and then bumps into this guy, and he throws his arms up like, hey, this is against protocol here. She's just cutting in line unapologetically. And in response, she said, excuse me, he's assaulting me. And in some of the closer footage, you can actually see her smiling while doing it. She is taking pleasure in this false report of assault. It's unhinged. That's fucking lunacy. What a crazy thing to be lying about. She does it so casually, too. It's just diabolical. That is some evil shit right there. That could ruin his life. Just this guy you don't know, who you caused this problem with, who you caused this stir, just so you get your hands on some Princess Polly merch. She goes up, cuts in line, and then trust falls into him, like stumbles backwards, and then it's like, oh, he assaulted me. She does it on purpose. It feels like it's not her first rodeo with this, but maybe it's the first time she's been caught. And the other women here who saw the whole thing instantly call her out for it. You can see that they are disgusted and they publicly shame her for it, which they absolutely should do. This is a shameful thing. This is a big deal, and she should have been kicked out instantly, but she wasn't. Apparently, she still did get her precious Princess Polly sweatshirt or something. But in one of the other pieces of footage that someone else filmed, there is someone who couldn't see the whole thing unfold and just heard her say that that guy assaulted her and chirped up to say something to the guy about it. So, like, when she makes this claim, a very serious claim of this man assaulting her in line, like, if it wasn't filmed, how many people would have just instantly been like, oh, that guy's, arrest this man or something? Like, it's a crazy thing she's done here. Like, this is a big deal. that she is doing so casually.
That's the only reason why. No, not everybody, just him. Because you were sitting here earlier. I can put it this way.
So here's footage of, I believe, after the fact there, when people, like, called her out. I guess she was, like, temporarily removed from the line, but then she just walks back over and gets right back in the mega mix there. So then that employee starts to have words with her that we can't fucking hear, because it seems like this is now the new thing on TikTok, where every video you post has to have this goddamn saxophone sound in it that drowns out all of the audio. So I have no idea what they're saying. Why add that here? Like, at first I thought this was just Princess Polly, like the music they were pumping into the mall. Like, that's what my dumbass thought, that was in the mall, because it didn't register with me why anyone would think to add this kind of obnoxious music to a piece like this where it is all about what's being said. Like, why would you possibly try and drown that out? That's the whole reason you fucking filmed in the first place, right? So why would you put music over top of it so you can't even hear the lore or what you're filming? But no, it turns out that's not Princess Polly's, mixtape there that they're blasting. That is just everyone on TikTok right now is using this saxophone sound. So now I have no idea what's being said here, and it's the entire purpose of this footage. So all I can do is piece together these little morsels of breadcrumbs when some of the audio barely breaks through the saxophone that's sounding like a fucking walkie-talkie explosion. And I believe he's saying, no, because of what you did with that guy. I think is what he said. Only you from what you did with that guy. I believe in reference to, like, why she was, like, outside the line at first, but it seems like there was no repercussions because she did just get right back in line, and according to another video, she still did get a sweatshirt. So she wasn't, like, removed or anything like that, or at least not, like, actually kicked out of the event. But I have no idea because, again, the most important part of this, the audio, is just fucking wailing on the saxophone that they've decided to include. But anyway, it's extremely clear here that not only did that guy not assault her, she was the perpetrator. She cut in line and then for some reason decided to start boxing the guy out. And then when he put his hands up, rightfully confused, like, hey, hello, this isn't okay, she then fires back. She just unleashes her alt here of claiming that he actually assaulted her, which is a despicable thing to falsely accuse someone of. And like I said, thankfully she was called out by the other women there for just blatantly lying about that. And, like, she says it with a smile on her face. That is some devious shit right there. Like, I do think there needs to be real punishment for that. Like, that's just not okay. That is an actual life-ruining type of claim right there for someone that you don't know, that did nothing wrong, and that you caused an issue with. Also, you can get your Princess Polly hoodie, which, according to another TikTok post, she did still get. So I don't think she actually got any real repercussions. I don't think there was any kind of, like, lesson learned moment here from her or anything like that. It's just completely unacceptable garbage that she tried to pull right there. I'm cutting the saxophone off here. I'm stepping in with an objection. Every single piece of footage uses it, by the way. So, like, here's one just showing, like, the volume of people here that were apparently getting somewhat physical, trying to get in to get their hands on it, which happens a lot. We've seen, like, fights over Labubu's, fucking people breaking each other's necks over Nitos. Heavens to Betsy, I stuttered to even mention this one. Lord forgive me. The Stanley madness from a few years ago. Oh my goodness, it still gives me chills. I still tremble at the thought, having nightmares about the Stanley craze that sent so many precious souls straight to Valhalla. We still miss you. Like, it seems like when TikTok decides it's time we just go ballistic and just consume and turn our brain off, the turnout is always something like this, and it leads to such degeneracy. I don't, like I said, I don't know a lot of Princess Polly. I don't know if it's always been a really popular brand, but what I do know is that it's blown up in recent times because of TikTok, which hats off to them. They're definitely crushing it. They're going to squeeze tons of clams from this virality that they've now achieved. But it always has, like, when they try and do events, it always has this kind of like turnout, it seems. Like, this has been so commonplace now where people can't just like partake in something. They have to like dedicate their lives to being like a worshiper of it and like even get violent over it. It's so peculiar. It's just so weird to me. And also something equally weird that has nothing to do with this is why people add shit like this sound to everything. Like, it adds nothing to the video. Why are you constantly just ham-fisting the saxophone sound into every piece of footage now? Like, everything I watched to try and find out, like, what the aftermath was of the false assault accusation there from that girl has the saxophone sound in it, so there is just no audio I can hear from it. And, like, sometimes they completely mute the original audio, or sometimes they have it be like this clash, like this unholy concoction, this mishmash of the actual filmed audio with the saxophone audio duking it out, and then it's just an attack on your senses. It sucks. There is no reason to be adding the saxophone sound to shit that relies on the audio. And this happens all the time whenever there's like some kind of big story that pops off. The person or the people that film it oftentimes will just include music that's trendy or sounds that are trendy, and then you can't hear it, and it makes it impossible to even figure out what's going on. I remember this happened with the Alan Ritchson thing, with like the assault claim there, where he claimed, or his neighbor claimed that Alan just beat his ass for no reason, just came out of nowhere and started giving him knuckle sandwiches all because he asked him to slow down the motorcycle. And like the footage that initially came out just had music in it, so you can't fucking hear anything there. It wasn't until like something totally separate where it like very clearly proved his innocence, where the guy stepped in front of him causing an issue, nearly causing a catastrophic accident or injury to Alan, and then it bubbled over from there. But like, why are you adding music to all of these things? It's completely unnecessary. It doesn't add anything. And in fact, it can just often be extremely detrimental to figuring out what the truth is. So fucking stop. Anyway, though, that rant aside, clearly this was a very shameful thing that unfolded here. Luckily, she was caught red-handed. She was caught in the act. The lie laid bare before us here, and she was rightfully shamed by other women there at the Princess Polly event. It is unfortunate if she did still end up getting her free hoodie. She should have faced some repercussions for this, some kind of punishment, because that is just completely unacceptable. Anyway,